Hey guys, this is Phil. This is a 4-player fixed card with Blizzards on the classic map. I'm a top 10 player. I'm a Grandmaster in fixed, progressive, and 1v1s. On my channel, I try to show many different game modes and styles. Please subscribe and follow. At the beginning of the game, before it even started, green didn't ready up, so we ended up in a 3-player situation. And I had to choose between what continent I wanted. I saw that there was a lot of troops in North America, and I had some troops in Africa as well. Right away, yellow takes Australia. Here I decide to try to consolidate my troops and possibly take North America, Europe, or even move them down into Africa, depending on what was easier. The bot ended up moving into Africa, so that kind of took that plan away. And blue also had a very good play on South America, so I was going to be the player without a continent, which is okay as long as the game stays balanced, as long as no one player has enough to take people out and win the game by doing that. Take one person out and win the game when they have more than the other player. So I made alliances with yellow really early in this game, and I made alliances with blue to try and just stay neutral, to hopefully stay out of conflict. Here I'm trying to conserve troops, and also I decided in this game that it might be better to try and take out the green player, since I was kind of stuck in between the South American and Australian player. Get it down to a true 3-player situation. So I try to get people to help me with that, and I try to get yellow and blue to attack each other so that I could eventually take out the green player. The yellow player hit green really hard. I was hoping to get their cards, but the yellow player took them out instead. And I'm still left without a continent, with honestly quite a bit of troops yellow left in Europe. So here, do I turn on my ally, or do I play friendly and allow the 7-point Asian hold? I decided that I was going to let blue deal with it, but I put a threat stack right next to the Asian continent in hopes that yellow wouldn't break me. Blue, instead of breaking yellow, they took North America, so now we're more than evening out, yellow holding Asia. But here they get a whole bunch of troops, and they break blue. So yellow and I are still cool. And now I'm hoping that blue and yellow end up in a situation where there's quite a bit of animosity. And they kind of put a 8-troop threat stack next to me as well that also has access to go into blue. I didn't have a really good place to take a card without making somebody mad, so I just took the 3 of yellow. I don't think they like that very much, but we sent a bunch of emojis. Hey, everything's cool, everything's cool. And then blue actually broke Asia, which I didn't have to do. I'm still stuck in between. There's a war going on through Alaska and Kamchatka. Yellow's pretty mad. They go through me. They lose a bad 9v7 roll here. And now it's looking like if blue gets a bunch of troops, they might be able to possibly kill me and first strike yellow and maybe even win the game. So I decide I'm going to break blue to try and rebalance the game. And that's what I do, and I leave my armies over there. I left my 16 stack in North America, knowing that blue probably can't take it out with what they have, just 2 cards. And as you can see, blue goes just crazy on me here. They punch yellow a little bit, but I really think it was just to get to me. And then this move right here had me really worried, where they fortified the 15 over because I was afraid they were going to suicide into me, and that was going to cost me the game. They would probably get second and I would get third. So this move that I'm making here, taking just one little piece of Europe and fortifying out my 16, is just to protect myself. And I made the extra attack so that blue had a clear route with their biggest army to go into yellow. So I said, hey, I'm retreating. You win this round, but here is an attack on yellow if you want it. And right here is where the game starts turning. Blue attacked yellow hard and took their Australia. And when you take people's Australia, a lot of times you're in a complete war with them at this point. And that's really what happened. Yellow hit them back hard. And now instead of being in the third position, caught in the middle, I'm in a pretty good position here. All right, so I see that yellow had blocked their army, but also blocked blue. But they only have 1 card. So what I did was I broke their only continent. I took as much of blue as possible, knowing that blue's turn would be next. And I was expecting blue to have cards and to break into me, but they didn't. But they do have enough troops that yellow can't kill them. So what I think yellow should have done is kept blue trapped, probably, so that I couldn't kill blue. But instead, they took them out of that area. At that point, I basically knew that I had the win, because I could take blue out, get their cards, and now I have way more troops than yellow. And you'll see what I do here is I didn't feel like I had enough to kill them on 1 turn. So instead I just put a 4 continent end game here, where I trap them in Asia. They get their 5 troops, but even if they can break through, they're not going to be able to break all my continents, and I should be able to beat them the next turn. I think they knew that the game was over, so they bought it out. And I was able to get a win on the next turn because I got a huge stack. All right, so I eliminated green in order to make it simpler. And then I attacked when I needed to. I opened routes for people, and I tried to incite violence amongst the other 2. Subscribe and follow.